Ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. Eazy the block captain lost his cool. Fists flying before any questions could be asked, and Papoose was caught completely off guard. Just days after Remy Ma was publicly dragged on Instagram Live, humiliated. In front of fans, bloggers, and even some close friends, Eazy decided to confront the situation head-on, literally. Insiders say Eazy holds Papoose responsible for triggering the chain of events that led to Remy's most intense public meltdown yet. What started as social media subliminals quickly escalated into a physical fight between the two men. The footage leaked fast, flushed faces, shouting, shoving, and security scrambling to separate them, while Remy screamed, "Not like this, y'all, not like this." So now the big question, was this just a sudden explosion or the start of a full-blown fallout? Did Eazy risk it all to stand up for the woman he might have hurt? Or did Papoose cross the line with that final black love jab on live TV? And what about Remy, who was spotted crying backstage before the fight even began? This isn't just some petty drama anymore. This is a full-on war, a love triangle gone nuclear. Stay tuned because what's coming next could end someone's career. It all kicked off with a scream and ended with fists flying. By now you've seen the headlines, the shaky fight clips, and that wild moment when Eazy barreled past security like he was in a Fast and Furious movie set in the Bronx. But here's the part you haven't heard, the real story behind all the chaos. This wasn't some random outburst. It wasn't staged or a publicity stunt. No, this was deeply personal. Let's take it back to the beginning. It all started when Remy Ma, the one and only, went live on Instagram for what was meant to be a fun, casual Q&A. She looked radiant, laid back, and even threw in a few jokes. Fans flooded the chat with fire emojis and praise, until someone dropped a name that instantly turned the mood sour and still haunts every comment thread. And then she mentioned him, Papoose. One viewer joked, "Blink twice if you miss your real husband," followed by a grimacing emoji. Another shot, "You traded black love for battle bars." But the sharpest hit came from a third. He wrote poems. Eazy writes punchlines. Choose wisely. Within minutes, the comment section turned hostile like a firing squad. Remy's bright smile began to crack. She tried to brush it off with a laugh. "Y'all so silly," she said, but her voice trembled and her eyes blinked rapidly. When someone demanded, "Post Eazy or we know it's fake," she abruptly ended the live, just like that. But the damage was done. Clips of her meltdown spread across TikTok instantly, and hashtags like SAR, Remy exposed, Char Queen of Confusion, and Blink Ma started trending like wildfire, and this is where things took a dangerous turn. Sources close to the situation say that after ending the live stream, Remy broke down in tears, pacing her dressing room and yelling at her team. One stylist reportedly overheard her say, "This is all his fault. If Papoose hadn't given that black love speech, I wouldn't be getting dragged like this." Wait, what? Instead of taking responsibility for her role in the chaos, Remy was blaming the very man she'd publicly shamed. But it gets even messier, because someone overheard that meltdown and wasn't about to let it slide. Eazy the block captain. Backstage crew member said Eazy had been around all day, quiet and watchful, but when he heard Remy pinning the blame on Papoose, something inside him snapped. He stood up, muttered, "Nah, that's wild," and stormed off down the hallway like he had a mission. And oh, it was definitely a mission fueled by revenge. What most didn't know was that earlier that same day, Papoose had gone live himself. Calm and composed, he finally addressed the drama after months of silence. "I gave love where it wasn't returned. That's not betrayal, it's education. I'm good now," he said, flashing that trademark confident smile. Then, with a subtle but cutting tone, he added, "Some people just realize the difference between real and rehearsal too late." Was it understated? Sure. But for those in the know, it was more than a statement. It was a total mic drop. The internet exploded. Fans cheered, bloggers clipped the moment, and celebrities reposted the line like gospel. Eazy watched it all, simmering with anger but holding back out of respect for Remy. Yet the humiliation from that IG live, combined with Remy's backstage breakdown, pushed him to a breaking point. For Eazy, Papoose had gone too far. It wasn't just a diss online, it was a public gut punch. Respect was fading, patience worn thin. Later that night at a private podcast event, both men were present but meant to stay apart. Still, fate had other plans. Around 8:17 p.m., Eazy saw Papoose laughing in the hallway and snapped, "You think this is funny?" Eazy yelled. Papoose replied calmly, "If the shoe fits." That sparked chaos. Eazy lunged, a fist barely, connecting before security intervened. Cameras fell, screams erupted, and the moment instantly went viral, changing everything. Papoose didn't back down. He dodged Eazy's punch, grabbed his hoodie, and slammed him into a door frame, breaking. A photo frame. One of Eazy's chains snapped, flying across the room. It took 4 men to separate them. Remy stormed in, yelling, "Y'all embarrassing me again!" but seemed more worried about appearances than the fight itself. Footage leaked quickly. Online, showing Eazy charging, Papoose evading, and Remy shouting, "Stop!" TikTok blew up with fans picking sides. Chur Team Papoose praised his calm, while Chur Team Eazy struggled, admitting losing control wasn't the way. Remy posted a now-deleted story, "Peace isn't always pretty." The internet dragged her with thousands of replies, mocking her message. Security kicked Eazy out, while Papoose left cool and collected, unbothered, victorious, and still standing tall. What neither Eazy nor Papoose knew was that a third camera had captured the entire fight, from start to finish, and that footage was about to go viral. Within 30 minutes, a clear, high-quality clip surfaced on X, formerly Twitter. Eazy approached with fists clenched, jaw tight. Papoose stayed calm, sipping water like it was nothing. Eazy shouted something fans lip-read as, "You made her look stupid. That's not love. That's control." Papoose fired back, "I loved her. You used her." Then chaos erupted. The 28-second fight felt like an HBO finale. Social media exploded with hashtags like "Now Eazy versus Papoose" and "Remy regret." TikTok slowed the fight with dramatic music, while a meme of Papoose dodging with Matrix sunglasses gained over 400,000 likes in hours. The internet war was on. While the memes went viral, the emotions ran deeper. Fans weren't just laughing, they were analyzing, and the verdict was clear: Eazy lost badly. Trying to defend Remy's honor, he ended up looking like the guy who got outmatched emotionally and physically. One viral comment nailed it. Papoose wrote love letters that made women cry in Oro 8. Eazy got beat by 15 years of loyalty and a rolled-up sleeve. This wasn't just a fight. It was a cultural moment about timing, tone, and temper. Papoose didn't raise his voice. He raised his legacy. Walking away with his collar straight and his name trending, Remy Ma took heat. From all sides. Bloggers tore into her, fans turned unforgiving, and former friends piled on. A podcast host even released a savage rant titled, "Remember When Remy Ma Had Standards?" comparing Papoose's heartfelt poetry to Eazy's punchlines. And the verdict was brutal. Celebrity reactions flooded in. Joe Budden tweeted, "When loyalty's tested, truth throws the first punch." 50 Cent joked, "Y'all fighting over Remy like she Beyonce?" And Charlemagne the God saluted Papoose on The Breakfast Club. Meanwhile, Eazy's team threatened legal action, but fans dragged him for trying to sue after throwing the first punch. One viral tweet read, "You swung first and now want to sue? The L is in your hands and heart." Papoose stayed silent, posting only a cold IG story. Truth needs no mic. Remy shared vague quotes about growth, but fans demanded accountability. Old footage and leaked texts revealed Eazy's frustration with Remy. Eazy's career took a hit. Shows canceled, sponsors pulled, while Papoose's freestyle "Loyalty Ain't Loud" went viral, praised by Drake and Claudia Jordan. Remy's fan pages flipped loyalty or went dark. Eazy posted a bandaged hand, captioned, "Not everything needs to be seen." Both camps are lawyering up. Remy's team protecting her brand, Eazy's exploring injury claims. Papoose plans a short film, unwritten chapters. Eazy filed lawsuits and a restraining order, but sponsors dropped Remy, calling the drama reality show messiness. Leaked messages show Remy emotionally ghosted Papoose, losing the spark but holding on to his loyalty. Fans aren't forgiving. The biggest surprise came when Papoose broke his silence. not with a clapback, but an exclusive interview on The Shop. Asked if he'd love Remy the same, he said, "I wouldn't change how I loved her, only how long I waited to see she didn't love me back." The episode broke records, sparking tears and debate. Eazy's attempts to play victim were mocked. Papoose's reputation soared with honors and a documentary deal, while Eazy's label distanced itself. Then Papoose dropped too far, a knockout freestyle declaring, "I was the story, you were the stunt, she was the script, but I held the pen." Remy fell silent as the cultural collapse unfolded. Did Eazy fight for Remy or his ego? Did Remy destroy two legacies? Is Papoose the last real one? Drop your thoughts below. Stay bold, stay nosy, and stay tuned. The next twist is always one swipe away.